Hello students, welcome to my next video. Today we will learn reliability and validity in research. I Dr. Rohan Devale welcome you all. This is lecture number 22. Subject is business research methods and this is online lecture series. Don't forget to subscribe. Learning questions for today's lecture. What is the concept of reliability in research? What is the concept of validity in research? And we will also learn what is the difference between reliability and validity. We will start with the concept. Outside of the statistical research, reliability and validity are used interchangeably. For research and testing, there are subtle differences. First, we will see reliability. Reliability implies consistency. If you take the act 5 times or any research or project 5 times, you should get roughly the same results every time. As far as validity is concerned, a test is valid if it is measure what it's supposed to measure. Tests that are valid are also reliable. The act is valid and reliable because it measures what a student learned in the high school. The example of tests that are reliable and are not always valid. For example, let's say your thermometer was a degree off. In that case, it would be reliable, giving you the same result each and every time. But it is not valid because the thermometer wasn't recording the correct temperature. After this, we will start with the concept of reliability. What is reliability? Reliability is a measure of the stability or consistency of test scores. You can also think of it as the ability of a test or research finding to be repeatable. For example, a medical thermometer is a reliable tool that would measure the correct temperature each time it is used. In the same way, a reliable math test will accurately measure mathematical knowledge for every student who takes it, and reliable research findings can be replicated over and over. Moving on, the concept of reliability again, it's not quite as simple as saying you think a test is reliable. There are many statistical tools you can use to measure the reliability. For example, there are two tests like Kunder-Richardson 20, that is a measure of internal reliability for a binary test, that is one with right or wrong answers. Another popular test is Cronbach's alpha. It measures internal reliability for tests with multiple possible answers. The reliability coefficients. After getting this test, you will get some coefficients. Those are called as Cronbach alpha. The most widely used internal consistency coefficients. So Cronbach alpha values can be alpha if it is greater than or equal to 0.9, then internal consistency is said to be excellent. If the Cronbach alpha value lies between 0.9 and 0.8, then internal consistency is good. If the alpha value is between 0.8 and 0.7, it is acceptable. Alpha value, if it is between 0.7 and 0.6, then questionable internal consistency. If alpha value is between 0.6 and 0.5, then poor internal consistency. And if alpha value is less than 0.5, then it is unacceptable. Internal consistency is unacceptable. So this is the significance of reliability coefficient. More about reliability. Reliability refers to whether or not you get the same answer by using an instrument to measure something more than once. In simple terms, research reliability is the degree to which research method produces stable and consistent results. A specific measure is considered to be reliable if its application on the same object of measurement number of times produces the same results. In statistical and research, reliability is the overall consistency of a measure. A measure is said to have a high reliability if it produces similar results under consistent conditions. It is the characteristics of a set of test scores that relates to the amount of random error from the measurement process that might be embedded in the scores. Scores that are highly reliable are precise, reproducible, and consistent from one testing occasions to another. That is, if the testing process are related with a group of test takers, essentially the same results would be obtained. Various kind of reliability coefficients with the values ranging from 0.00, that is much error, and 1.00, that is no error, are usually used to indicate the amount of error in the scores. We just now have seen the alpha value that lies between 0.00 to 1.00. For example, measurement of people's height and weight are often extremely reliable because it will produce same type of results every time. Now we will see various types of reliability. There are three types of reliability. One is test-retest method, inter-rated method, and internal consistency method. Now we will see each and every type in detail. First we will start with test-retest. The consistency of a measure across time. Do you get same result when you repeat the measurement? A group of participants complete a questionnaire designed to measure personality traits. If they repeat the questionnaire days, weeks or month apart and give the same answers, this indicates high test-retest reliability. Next type is inter-rater. The consistency of a measure across rater or observer. Do you get same results when different people conduct the same measurement? Based on an assessment criteria checklist, 5 examiners submit substantially different results for the same student project. This indicates that the assessment checklist has low inter-rater reliability. For example, because of the criteria is too subjective. Next type is internal consistency. The consistency of the measurement itself. Do you get the same results from different parts of test that are designed to measure the same thing? You design a questionnaire to measure self-esteem. If you randomly split the results into two halves, there should be a strong correlation between the two sets of results. If the two results are very different, this indicates low internal consistency. Ensuring reliability. How you will ensure reliability? Then there are two parts. Apply your methods consistently and standardize the conditions of your research. This will ensure the reliability. We will summarize reliability. Reliability is the overall consistency of a measure. A measure is said to have high reliability if it produces similar results under consistent conditions. It is the characteristics of a set of test scores that relates to the amount of random error from the measurement process that might be embedded in the scores. Scores that are highly reliable are accurate, reproducible, and consistent from one testing occasion to another. That is, if the testing process were repeated with a group of test takers, essentially the same results would be obtained. Various kind of reliability coefficients with values ranging between 0.00, that is much error, and 1.00, that is no error, are usually used to indicate the amount of error in the scores. For example, measurement of people's height and weight are often extremely reliable that we have seen. So this is the summary of reliability. Now we will start with the concept of validity. Validity refers to how accurately a method measures what it is intended to measure. If research has high validity, that means it produces results that corresponds to real properties, characteristics and variations in the physical or social world. Now we will see types of validity. The validity of X measurement can be estimated based on the three main type of evidences. Each type can be evaluated through experts' judgment or statistical methods, and these three types are construct validity, content validity, and criteria validity. Now we will see each and every type in detail. We will start with construct validity. The adhesion of a measure to existing theory and knowledge of the concept being measured. A self-esteem questionnaire could be assessed by measuring other traits known or assumed to be related to the concept of self-esteem, such as social skills or optimism. Strong correlation between the scores for high esteem and associated traits would indicate high construct validity. Next type is content. The extent to which the measurement covers all aspects of the concept being measured. A test that aims to measure a class of students' level of Spanish contains reading, writing and speaking components, but not listening component. Experts agree that listening comprehension is an essential aspect of language ability, so that test lacks content validity for measuring the overall level of ability in Spanish. Next is criteria validity. The extent to which the results of a measure corresponds to other valid measures of the same concept. A survey is conducted to measure the political opinions of voters in a region. If the results accurately predict the later outcome of an election in the region, this indicates that the survey has high criteria validity. Now we will see how to ensure validity. Choose appropriate method of a measurement and use appropriate sampling methods to select your subjects. This will ensure your validity. Now we will summarize validity. Validity means researcher's finding truly represents the phenomena he or she is claiming to measure. The validity of a measurement tool, for example, a test in education, is considered to be the degree to which the tool measures what it claims to measure. In this case, the validity is an equivalent to accuracy. Validity is the extent to which a concept, conclusion, or measurement is well-founded and corresponds accurately to the real world. Validity is important because it can help determine what types of tests to use and help to make sure researchers are using methods that are not only ethical and cost-effective, but also a method that truly measures the idea or construct in question. Now we will see the difference between reliability and validity. The parameter is, what does it tell you? Reliability tells you the extent to which the results can be reproduced when the research is repeated under the same condition. As far as validity is concerned, it is the extent to which results really measures what they are supposed to measure. Moving on, the next different point is how is it assessed? Reliability is assessed by checking the consistency of the results across time, across different observers, and across parts of the test itself. Validity is assessed by checking how well the results corresponds to established theories and measures of the same concept. Next difference, how do they relate? Reliability. A reliable measurement is not always valid. The results might be reproducible, but they are not necessarily correct. Validity. A valid measurement is generally reliable. If a test produces accurate results, they should be reproducible. So now you can see these four figures where the targets are hitting the right spot. The first figure, that is at left hand side, the dots are in a same type of or region. So here the results are not valid because our target is hitting at the middle point. So this is not valid, but they are reliable. The second spot where the dots are scattered everywhere. So these are valid, but it is not reliable. The third figure, it is neither valid nor reliable. But last figure, that is at right hand side, as everything is hitting in between in the middle section, then these results are both, it is valid as well as reliable. So with the help of this figure, the concept of reliability and validity will be much easily clear. Now, what are our learning outcomes? Today we have seen the concept of reliability in research, the concept of validity in research, and difference between reliability and validity. What is next? In my next video we will see questionnaire method, so don't miss this next video. This will be important for you for your summer internship project, questionnaire design. Till then, keep thinking, keep learning, keep watching my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn on the bell icon for further notifications. All the best for your studies. These are some references I have used for preparing this video. Thank you.